Hi, and welcome to Geckotronics. That's my first moderated video here on YouTube. And as you noticed, English isn't my native language. So please forgive my Swiss accent and some fails in speech. I'd like to introduce you to my projects all around my geckos and also the guy behind this wonderful pet. Me. Not that wonderful. So this is my Gecko Palace. A self-made wall of terrariums where is enough space for 12 adults, 10 babies and 2 boxes for quarantine. Right in the corner there's also a triangle-shaped terrarium for my crested geckos. The most of my leopard geckos are in winter rest now, except my crested geckos and those beauties in the upper left smaller terrarium. This is one of my quarantine terrarium, and both are in there because they had a very bad indigestion issue, including diarrhea. And that's why they are on the naked terrarium floor. But they recover very well now. They are always hungry and they will go back soon to the group. As you see, the lower bigger terrariums are really well equipped, with hidings, web boxes, heat stones, which are turned off now because of the winter rest, and the clay sand mixture on the floor. Please don't use pure sand. While hunting their food, they will also eat a bit sand, and that's very dangerous for the small gecko intestine. It will cause constipations, which can end deadly. If you will give your geckos some comfort and not let them live on the naked floor or paper towels, use a mixture of 80% clay and 20% sand. Clay is easily digestible for them. I use this ground now for years and never had a problem with constipations. And those are my crested geckos. Both are really chill, but not that hand-tame like some of my leopard geckos are. They also have some hiding spots with plastic plants and a rain machine. So the terrariums are very well equipped for my little darlings. They have enough space, possibilities to climb around, hidings, and all that they wish. But what about the climate inside the terrarium? What about light control and the heat zone steering? Yes, I've chosen the cheapest, easiest and most crappy solution. Time switches. But hey, it works. Yes, I know, that's really crap and for sure not professional. And yes, I do know that there are some systems to control the temperature and light for one channel only. So if you have more than one light in a terrarium or more than one heating or heat stone, you have to buy multiple of those systems. And for a rain machine, which makes rain or fog, you have to buy a complete different and non-compatible system for a lot of bugs. So that will be ineffective, expensive and a pain to operate. So why not to create and build something by myself? I've crafted a prototype 3 years ago in my bachelor study. So here it is. It's driven by a Raspberry Pi, which controls some temperature and humidity sensors. As output for the heating, rain machine and light, there's a port expander also controlled by the Raspberry Pi over I2C. It works pretty safe and reliable, but the operation over the web interface isn't that comfortable. And the electronic will nearly reach the end of life. The LCD display has just begun to flicker. So there's a need for something new. Inspired by the prototype, this something new has to be more reliable, more comfortable to operate, a lightweight microcontroller and not a heavyweight Raspberry Pi with a whole OS system on it, and fourth, a way to communicate with a standardized protocol like MQTT. I'd like to present you my idea in a quick presentation. Please note that this will be a high-level presentation, so you won't see all the details. The main controller is an ESP32 from Espressif. It's equipped with a dual-core CPU clocked at 160 MHz, 4 MB flash memory and 540 KB RAM, 34 inputs and outputs, and most important, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi makes the magic possible for this project. There are 2 port expanders. On the left, there's a MCP33017, which controls the main light like LED strip, sun simulation, UV sources, and so on, the complete heating system, and rain or fog machines. On the right, there's a specialized LED controller WS2803 for low power LED light like night light and a sunrise and sunset simulator. The controller itself checks the temperatures, the humidity, and the small controller connected over I2C checks the water level in the water tank for the rain machine. For a comfortable operation, there's a touchscreen bonded in to adjust all the values and to read the actual measurements and alarms. For sure, there are some protection circuits planned. On one of them is the water tank level, which can disable the rain machine when the water level in the tank is too low. Or a watchdog. The controller has to ping a hardware built counter. If the ping arrives, everything is fine. But in case the ping won't arrive, because the controller hangs, the watchdog sends a reset command to the controller and also the port expander to ensure that both devices restarts and boot up in a clean state. To prevent the dangerous situation, all heating devices will be monitored with a temperature sensor. If one heating element reaches a threshold, a relay will cut the power of all heating elements and can only be reset manually. The controller is connected to a MQTT broker. This makes a central management of all terrariums possible and also an alarming over email or messenger. In case the management system fails, the controller will operate autonomous and can be monitored and adjusted by the touchscreen. The main goal is to develop a system which is scalable, easy to use, integrated into a network with a central management system, and has all security features which are needed for a safe operation. I hope to upload a new video in some weeks to show you the progress of the new system. Thanks for watching, and if you like to follow this adventure and see some other projects and Gecko videos, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And don't forget the bell. See ya!